discovered that our names rhyme. Cerina and Nakita.
I like it. Yeah. We couldn't have planned that better. Hi. Everybody. Good.
So is this going to be like a Q&A? All right. Who's going to start? Come on now.
There's someone that says me. I'm hearing that.
I see a hand in the back. I see a hand in the back. I see a hand in the back. I see a hand right there too. Hi, little cute muffin.
If it wasn't, if you weren't in the series that you were, which one would it have been?
I missed that quite often.
If I would have wanted to be in the original, just because it seems like that's everybody's favorite.
I have to be honest, I really didn't see other seasons. I saw a little bit of Mighty Morphin. I saw a little bit of Samurai because my boys turned it on. I've answered this question, and I did say Mighty Morphin too, but then I've heard Time Force was pretty cool. So I think I probably want to do C, Time Force, or B, like, could I be in a section of all of it? How about that?
Yeah.
Yes, there we go. All of it.
Yeah. In our fantasy,
Yeah, you'll just see me walking past each person in every scene. Like that. That works. Yes.
My question's for you, Nakita. What was your favourite part about Zia? What did you enjoy about doing Power Rangers Zia?
Ooh, well, when I first got on the show, I remember walking into the command center for the first time, and obviously you guys couldn't see how many people there were around. There were so many producers, because it was my first day on set in the command center. I was so nervous, but I was so excited, and that was so memorable to me because there were literally like 50 people looking at me, checking out if this new Yellow Ranger was going to work or not. Oh my God.
They do that, they watch you.
And I was like, Lord Jesus, please help me. But, so that was memorable. Also, do you guys remember a song sung Yellow when I had the video made of me when I was singing? Yes, I had so much fun doing that. So much fun. And then also another song and dance, I guess you can discover that I like to sing. So when I had the episode with Jason David Frank and we just could not stop singing the entire time, that was hilarious. Even when the cameras were off, we were like, would you like a croissant? No! Hey, it was fun.
Hi there. My question is, what would you thought it'd be like if you was ever casted as the Pink Ranger rather than the Yellow Ranger?
Wait, one more time, say that again?
Say, what do you think it'd been like if you was casted as the Pink Ranger rather than the Yellow Ranger? Like, what would it have been like? Do you reckon you'd have had more fun being pink, or do you have to be yellow?
Well, we would have gotten to wear the little skirt, right?
I had a skirt.
Oh, you did? That's fun. Well, my character was from the jungle, so I wore this little this piece of leather around my waist and like a leather bra. It was quite a risque little outfit for a 19-year-old. Yeah. Okay, so you had the skirt. For me, I would have had the skirt, I guess, and I love pink. But I don't know that anything really would have changed other than that.
Well, if I wore pink, I would have probably been the first African-American female wearing pink, but now there's a pink one. Have you guys seen, is it Dino Charge?
Yeah.
Okay. So that would have been, I think, probably the only difference, and I'd be selling, I'd have a pink helmet, and I'd be signing pink pictures. I'd be pink instead of yellow.
I did feel like that there was always sort of like the ethnic girl that was yellow. Yeah, so that was me.
So I fell right into place too.
Yeah. I'm Italian, so I fit that
My husband's Italian.
Oh, really? Yes. Oh.
Well, he's half Italian, half Filipino, and Lithuanian. But
Wow.
yeah,
The Italian dominates.
yeah.
My question is for Nakita. In Zio, the episode it came from Angel Grove, you was dressed as that monster. How did you feel in that outfit?
What was I doing?
It was like Billy was like a mad scientist, and he was like one of his monsters.
Oh, was it a Halloween episode? Oh my gosh. Oh, I look at my expression on that, because I think I'm on the box cover, and I look crazy, y'all. If you get a chance to see it, look at it. I'm sorry, what was your question about that, though? Sorry!
How did you feel in that costume?
Oh, it was fun. Oh, it was fun. I got to make really funny faces and look for that episode, and then hit me up on Facebook and tell me what you really think. Yeah, it was fun. It was a lot of fun.
Hi, my question's for both of you. Obviously in the Lionsgate reboot next year, a lot of the original characters are going to be recast. If your character was to be recast, who would you like to play you in the movie?
Nakita Breeze. I wouldn't want anybody to play me, I ain't gonna lie.
Right? We need a job.
Ain't nobody play me.
I'd like to play a bad guy, or like an evil woman. I think that would be cool.
I could be someone's sister.
Yeah. We should do something.
We should.
Yeah.
Or again, I can just walk past, never seen. Like that. That'll work. I don't think I would want anyone to be cast as me, to be perfectly honest. Cerina could be me and I could be her.
Yeah, there we go. That'll work.
There we go. That'll work.
This has nothing to do with Power Rangers, but they're remaking Cabin Fever, which was a film that I did. I don't know if anybody saw it, and it was just like 12 years ago, and they're already remaking it and like recasting everybody. So there is some girl that's playing me, and I'm like, wait, really that old? We're already remaking it? Yeah.
Could ask to still be a part of that. Yeah. Could be like a mentor or sister.
PA.
Yeah. Okay, sorry. Next question.
Sorry.
If you two could have been in the legendary battle, which was the 20th anniversary ending, or if you was invited, or if you could have made it, would you have been in it?
I was invited. I said yes to do it if they made it union, but it was a non-union show. So it would have cost, this is a very honest answer, it would have cost me money to do it. I would have to leave the union and then pay money to get back in. And I said, if you can cover those costs or, help me figure that out, I would do it. They said no, so I didn't.
Ditto.
It was unfortunate, it would have been really fun.
Yeah, it would have been really fun.
Yeah.
Mine was a little different experience. I just said ditto. It was a little different experience. I am doing it, and I did consider doing it, and I did tell them we came to somewhat of an agreement, and they were like, okay, great, da-da-da. And then crickets. That's all I heard. And I'm just going to leave it at that. All right.
We've got a
What?
here.
The font. You're late. You're late. You're fired. You're fired.
What's up, everybody?
I'm not going to ask where you were.
Taking a nap.
Okay. I took one. Did you see that set your alarm?
Yes, I'm over jet lag. I'm finally caught up now. Hi, everyone. I'm so sorry. What did I miss? Fill me in from the start.
Oh, so much.
So I'm playing Nakita is playing me.
In the new Lionsgate movie.
Yeah.
That's my power one.
It's fantastic.
Yes, yeah. We look so much alike, too.
Yeah.
I'm playing Bulk and Skull. Two different roles. Like a chameleon up there. That's true. That's
Yeah,
right.
that's true. All right, next question.
This question is for all of you. Did you all get on well with your son? The boy.
I
Wait,
didn't.
just one more time, say that again.
Did you all get on well with your son? The boy.
Do we get along well with the other cast members?
Yes.
Stunt doubles! Yeah. I mean, they made me look good.
You just got here.
Okay.
You just got here.
Yeah, you know what? The guy that played the stunt double for my season had been the Red Ranger for several years previous. And he spoke really Japanese, so we could only communicate so much, but he
spoke really Japanese.
only Japanese. And really Japanese. So it was hard to understand it, but we communicated well with smiles and high fives.
But not through the helmet.
Yeah, my stunt guy also, he was a guy, and he spoke Japanese as well, so we did a lot of smiles and hugs, and he was cool though. All of them were really, really cool. Maybe in that suit in the desert, oh my goodness. The desert in California was like 118, 90,000 degrees. And they were sweating to death and they were working it. Okay, next.
Hey guys, what was your favourite moment of filming and who was your favourite villain?
Wait, where's that happening?
Oh, right there. I was like, where?
One more time.
What was your favourite moment of filming and who was your favourite villain?
Diva Talks was my favorite villain. I liked Vita too, but Diva Talks. I think because when we did the movie, we got a chance to actually work with the villain, because when we filmed, we had 2 units. So the first unit would be the Power Rangers, we'd be filming somewhere, and then the second unit would be the villains, so we wouldn't really interact with them as much, at least my seasons. So when we did the Turbo movie, we got a chance to kind of work with Diva Talk, so I really liked her character. And then you said, what was the favorite
Moment of filming.
We just had great moments on set, just fooling around and being silly. I enjoyed watching Johnny Young Bosch jump off of brooms and trees and flips, and they'd say, action, and he'd be right back there. And then they'd say, cut, and he's jumping somewhere else and flying. It was fun, watching him. You guys?
My turn. My favorite was Trakina from my season. Again, the same. We didn't really get to work with the villains very often, but I loved her get up. She looked pretty cool. And then my favorite moment. My favorite episode was the first episode that I shot, actually, where I fell up through the portal and rolled down and met the Rangers for the first time. That was a fun moment. And then the same, we just all got along really well and had a lot of fun. It was kind of like college. Every day was you get to hang out with your best friends. It's cool.
Yeah, for me it'd be Rancic, played by Vernon Wells, of course. That was my favorite villain, and so I'm partial to that. I guess, the same thing. It's like you forget you're actually on there just playing every day, and then they pay you, and you're like, oh, that's right. Oh, okay.
Well, that's a good moment. It's a good moment.
Yeah. You're having so much fun that it doesn't feel like work. At least that's how we felt, and I'm sure you guys agree. It was just fun. But for me, the moment that I remember, that was my favorite moment, but the very last episode, the end of time, we all said goodbye. I mean, that's a fond memory. We were all on the beach when they took off. So that's one I always remember. We were always really sad, but it was a fond memory. So probably that one.
Yes.
This one's for Jason. Did you like your sort of rivalry with Dan Salvo? Not rivalry in the show, not in the...
Not in real life? Yeah, you know what? It was good. I liked what they did. I mean, we started off as, for those of you who aren't familiar, as 2 guys that grew up with completely different lifestyles. I was very wealthy. He came from poor. We kind of grew up, or we're at odds for...
Who? Sorry?
Oh, Dan Southworth, who was the 6th Ranger.
Got it.
Yeah, and so I liked how they did it. And we started 2 different places, and at the end we came together as a team and found a lot of common bonds. So I thought they played that story real well, and did a great job. He did a great job of being a bad guy. A misunderstood bad guy.
You are busy, John. You don't get your workout today.
Okay, this is a question for Jason. What was your fondest memories of filming Movie Madness?
You know what? Actually, we as you know, we filmed at the Universal lot, and in between scenes, they had those trams that were always coming by. They had those golf carts that we used in the shot. We were taking those and we were flying all over the place in between the shots, all jumping on the back of it. So that was pretty fun, just kind of screwing around in between takes. But I think I remember when the waterfall thing came down. I had gone to Universal as an attendee for many years before that, so it was kind of cool to be filming there, having seen it as a spectator for so many years when the water thing came down. So I think I remember that the most.
Who's next?
Yes.
Alright, this is for Jason. Out of the two characters that you play in Time Force, which was your favourite? And which was your favourite?
You know what, I think probably Wes. Wes was truer to who I am in real life besides the wealthy family background. That's closer to who I really am. I wish we would have done a little bit more of Alex, maybe explored a little more because it kind of just came on and off, but Wes was more fun, more closer to who I really am.
For Cerina, your role in Nudity movie.
I'm not familiar with that movie. Can you reenact any scene?
Wait, what was your question? Sorry.
How did it feel about? How did you get that role?
How did I get that role? Okay.
I know how. She's so beautiful. She's so beautiful.
It was just like any other audition for any other job, including Power Rangers. Except for that role, I had to speak in 5 different accents. So how did I get it? I studied, learned all my accents, and then got the part. And then I didn't think I could do it. I didn't know how I felt about nudity. I'd never actually thought about when, as I started my career as an actress, and like I've been doing theater since I was a kid, it never crossed my mind that one day I would get asked to do that. So I didn't think I could do it, and I said no. And then it kept coming back to me. The role kept coming back to me. And then I finally was like, it's a really funny movie. And it was a really great script and an incredible cast. And so I made the decision to do it. And I'm glad that I did. I, however, wasn't ready for, like, making a decision to do nudity is one thing. But then, like, having the world see you is a different thing, and I wasn't ready to be so judged and criticized. Like that part, I didn't know that was going to happen. But I have no regrets. It was a lot of fun. Thanks, guys. And it was a closed set, all of that thing. You don't really walk around naked.
This is for all of you. But what was the most embarrassing thing that you did on set?
My first episode, we were, it was actually funny though, because we all laughed. We were supposed to be going into I think it was the vortex or something, and it was right on the side of the camera. We just had to walk through, and so I had put my hand in, and it was supposed to be like goo, and this is when I had in the African garb, because I came from Africa, right? Without an accent. That's a whole other situation. Anyway, so I was going on the side of the camera, and I slipped and fell. And my little tunic thing ripped open, so I was like, whoa! We were all dying. I was dying out of embarrassment, but also laughing at the same time. That was one of the memories that I could think of that was funny. Was that the question? Embarrassing, yes. There you go.
So similar to that, I had to, my character's supposed to be from the jungle, and so they're like, I know, we'll put a giant jungle wig on you. And at that time, I already have a lot of hair, it was like already down to here, and then they decided to add 3 more layers of hair onto my head. So I had hair extensions. I have so much hair already, to give me hair extensions is like me. So they added 3 more layers of hair to my head. I couldn't go out. I had to live life with this like ugly, long, straggly jungle hair. Like I was like trying to go to like a bar. Nobody would date me. It was awful. And finally, it was awful. I don't know. I got home really late. They worked me to death, and like I took a shower and I washed my hair and I didn't brush it out. Also, I'd never lived with like fake hair. I don't know what that was like. And I fell asleep and I woke up the next morning and the whole thing was matted in like this giant ball, and it was just hanging from the side, and it was like pulling, and my head was bleeding. So I called Rosanna, remember you guys? And I was like, my hair's in a big ball and it's stuck. And anyway, so I lived that weekend with my hair in this giant mat, and then went in early Monday and they cut it out, and then put a wig on me for the rest of the show. I'm like, guys, I have jungle hair. I don't need a wig, but I wore a wig. The rest of the show, or like a hair piece thing. But that was, I don't know if it was embarrassing, but it was annoying.
I don't know. I guess initially I was a little embarrassed when I had to dress up as a woman for Movie Madness, and then I kind of thought it was fun. Not in that way, but I mean it was. But we were running around in heels, so at first it was kind of embarrassing, and then I just looked like a lady bodybuilder when I started doing it. But that was a lot of fun.
Did you have a question up here in the front?
Yeah. In Lost Galaxy, that was like the first season where it just became a cast first season. Did you kind of feel like you didn't really get time to develop your characters properly when that came about? Did you wish that you could have stayed on longer?
Are you telling me that I didn't do a good job? No, I didn't feel that way at all. I also didn't know what I was getting myself into. I wasn't really familiar with I was familiar with the show, but I didn't watch it, and so I was just excited to have a job. It was my first series. I learned a lot. Yeah, it would have been fun to have continued that character. She was sweet. But everything has an end.
This is a question for all three of you. What's the weirdest piece of fan mail you've ever received?
I was asked to a prom in Kentucky. As a fan who had written a letter and asked if I would go with her. I just remember receiving that. So that's something that always sticks out in my mind.
Did you go?
I had to respectfully decline.
You all floated it. Okay.
I have to think about that one.
I got a piece of fan mail to my house, and it was Power Ranger fan. So how they figured out where I lived was a little creepy, and he asked me for a lock of my hair.
Look, I went through a phase where I liked her hair. I thought it was not embarrassing, right?
I don't know if I've had anything crazy, or maybe I just didn't think it was crazy. I've never had anyone follow me home. I've had someone follow me on the freeway, and then I lost them. But I can't think of anything that's like really scared me, because I'll just get them.
Just have to bowl.
Yeah, I'll just work. Yeah, I don't think I have anything crazy. Sorry.
Someone write a really good letter and give it to her before we leave. She'll have something good to say the next time.
Hello.
Hi.
Did any of you get sort of any input in your characters' sort of like style and how they appeared when they were in like their civilian, or like how you dressed?
I'd say that one more time.
Did any of you get the chance to sort of have input in how your characters' sort of style and their outfits were out of their
style?
Yeah. Or was it basically just you're the Red Ranger, you wear red. You're the Yellow Ranger, you wear yellow.
Pretty much. Yes. I wore, which I thought was pretty creative, because I always wear yellow. Even those little yellow barrettes right here on my forehead. there's a scene, a couple of scenes, oh man. Please go back and look at some of the footage. I have two barrettes sitting right here on my head. They look like little horns. Not cute at all. But when I did the radio episode, when I was the radio DJ, I had yellow snake skin pants. And I still have them. Yes. I cannot fit into them, but I still have them.
Yeah, we didn't really get any say. Like, I would have loved to have taken the stupid wig thing off and like had some sort of say. I wore that little jungle outfit every single episode, and that got old. But you know,
I think Moya would have tried some other Photoshop.
you think she would have, yeah.
Being an alien to the humans.
Oh right, I was an
another
alien.
planet.
Yeah.
You could sort of trying to
Put on jeans or something. Yeah. No, they didn't.
Yeah, same with us. The style was preset, and they knew, whoever got the role would have the attire that Wes and Alex wore. So it was preset for me.
Hello. This is a non-Power Ranger related question for Jason. I know that, like me, you're a big Chicago Bears fan, and I just wanted to know what your thoughts are about all the coaching changes and how the team is going. And yeah.
Great question. Great question. You know what? I'm not a fan of Jay Cutler anymore. I think they paid him way too much money, and I don't think he galvanizes the team. So I think that experiment's done. John Fox has got a good background. I guess he's a pretty traditional coach, but he came from Denver. They did well, and I think a change was needed. I think it was time for Trustman to go. So I hope we pick defense early. See, I'm very well knowledgeable. I hope we go early on defense. This is the Chicago Bears.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I hope we go early on defense, and hopefully that sets the foundation for who that franchise is. Good question. How do you get Jay Cutler?
I'm kind of the same as you. He had his chance to shine, and the complaint for a while was that he didn't have the team around him to do it, and he's had that for the last 3 years. And yeah,
Time to go. Question.
Nakita, how did they do Zordon?
How did I do Zordon? There are kids present.
How did they do
Oh, how did they create Zordon? So we would stare at a tube with nothing in it. And then during, post-production, they would put a floating face in there. So we would have a lot of fun with that. And we would look at the tube and pretend Zordon was there as if we were talking to someone, and someone would read the lines off to the side. And he'd be like, "Shut up, you're not really there."
I guess it's like what the other ones took over from Zordon.
Diva Tox's sister, Demetria? Yeah. So it was an empty tube, and then post-production they would put a face in there, a floating face. Sorry, that's probably not what you wanted to hear, huh? You wanted to hear that there was a little man stuffed in that tube. I know. I'm sorry. You guys are too quiet. Do we need to sing and rap in here?
Yes!
Yes! Yes! Darn it! Okay, after this we're going to sing and rap. I don't know what we're going to sing and rap. I'm going to do something.
This is for Jason. I know it's not Power Ranger nosy, but you told me last night that you're a fan of Family Guy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was wondering if you could do a couple of impressions, if you could do it.
There you go. There you go.
I can do some. I don't know any impressions from that. Those guys are extremely talented. I would be able to do that. Can anyone do a Family Guy impression? For Stewie or somebody? You can? Let's hear it. I can't do any impressions for that.
And it's crickets. Oh.
Damn you, by the woman. Let's do it.
All right. Thank you.
all of you, I'm over here.
Okay.
Oh.
Right in front of you.
Charlie.
Yes, thank you. If you had like complete creative control and you could go back and you could have written any whatever storyline for your own character, what would you have done? Anything? Yeah, for your character you know.
What would I have done?
Yeah,
Taken charge.
You've got 3 episodes.
I would have taken charge. And I don't know what else. Sounds like fun.
Anything. You know what I would have done? Truthfully, it was always a big thing. Is that I think after the Time Force crew went back into the future, that they kind of revisited and Jen came back for Wes. I think people always wanted them to end up together, so I think it would have been nice to have them end up together.
Similar, I would have liked to have like a romance. Like I would have liked to, you know, maybe go to Planet Marinoi and like have like a long lost boyfriend or something. That would have been fun. Or maybe like, yeah, had a fling with, who was the guy that played the
Wes.
Magnet Defense? That was fun.
Wes, yeah.
Yeah, like a season
Time travel.
crossover, yeah. Yeah. What?
Russell Lawrence?
Yeah. The Magnet Defender.
Yeah,
he's so cute.
You know, I would have brought Thor into my season. And he would have been my love interest. We would have been hanging out, speaking Shakespeare, and morphing. There you have it.
We know that Jason done Forever Red. Would you two come back for Forever Yellow if they want to use?
That would be awesome. Yeah,
That would
good
be a good
union.
idea. That'd be a good idea to do each color like that.
That would be cool.
Yellow. I mean, it works for red. It would work for all of them. To have a separate thing where maybe the 6 Rangers, the yellow, the pink. That's a great idea, bud.
I don't know if they ever would, but that would be really cool. That would be awesome.
I think why not? You guys would like that, right? Different cast members over the previous years. I think that's a great idea to infuse some of the past Rangers with the new guys.
Do it.
Let's do it.
Let them know. They see stuff.
This is for Jason. I saw you brought Erin's bags for him.
Yes.
Are you and Erin quite close, or is it just because she couldn't come, or what?
Oh, yeah, we're all very close with Erin. She had booked a commercial for Land Rover right before, so she's in Canada filming, which is great. And she really wanted to come. I'm sure that she'll be out here sometime this year. But she just had those bags made special for this trip to bring out here to have as merchandise to buy. And so she asked me to bring them out. And if anyone wants to purchase those bags, I do have them for her here. So they're really good.
Oh, that's the thing that the kid was wearing around his neck.
Yeah, the tote bags, yeah.
Mine's not really a question, it was a Family Guy impression, but I'm a bit slow on the uptake, yeah. I can do Herbert, but there's only a few things I can say where it's Herbert.
You always want to go over and have some Zima soup. Take your shirt off as you rake the leaves. That's not bad, right, Laura?
But Jason, I've just been reading up on your Wikipedia. It says that you were in an episode of the S Club 7 series.
You know, it's pretty cool. I was on that a while ago, and they were at the time were a really big, band. So it was cool. I got to meet all them. We worked for a day, and Greg Brady from the Brady Bunch was on that particular episode. So we filmed on the campus of USC, and it was fun. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. That was a while ago. Good job. Are they really? Is that whole band? They broke up though, right? They're back together. Very cool.
They're doing a tour this year.
They are?
Yeah.
Is anyone going to be at that?
Yes.
Okay, right on. Well, when you're there, if you have a question and answer, make sure you let them know that the Red Ranger was on set with them. I don't think that they knew that at the time.
This one's for Jason. Out of the 4 team-up episodes that you've been a part of, which one was more fun?
4 team-ups. So Forever Red, The Legendary War,
Godspeed,
and Wild Force. You know, someone asked that question earlier. I think the team up with Wild Force, the episode was done really well. I thought they did a good job doing that. So I think in terms of production value, that was done well. Legendary War was a lot of fun because it was a big, you know, it was a lot of hype leading into it. I think they could have done more with it, right? I mean, it should have been longer. So I guess the most fun would be Legendary War. But the best episode, I think, was the team up with Wild Force.
Hi, I just wondering, for all three, is there any interesting props from after your season ended?
Where are you?
Back there.
Okay.
I got my snake leather pants, and I got my communicator. And I didn't realize, I thought that's all I'd gotten, but when I went home to my parents' house, I have a box of things. So I got a bunch of toys. Yeah, and when I was on the show, we filmed in Valencia. There was a phone book that was made with the Power Rangers. So we have, like, our pictures are on the front of a photo book. Do you have yellow pages out here? Okay, yes, it was a Power Ranger yellow. I was like, wow. So I got quite a bit of stuff that I didn't even know that I had. Yay me.
Not really. There was an episode where we wore pajamas. I don't remember why, but I got my pajamas. No, they were not leather snakeskin. And that's it. I had a toy, and I don't know, like 10 years ago, I had a garage sale, and there was some little boy that was in my garage, and was like, I want that. And I was like, okay, and I just gave it to him, which was not very smart, but I have a bleeding heart. That's it. No, I didn't get anything cool.
Yeah, I got my morpher. I got the wardrobe that I wore. I wish I would have grabbed my Red Ranger outfit. That'd have been nice. But I didn't. They made sure that we never touched those. So, but yeah, they gave us a bunch of toys, you know, different stuff from the set.
Yes.
If you could be any other Ranger from any other series, who would you want to be?
Tanya, for sure. Me.
Maybe I would be Tommy. Maybe I'd be Tommy. That's a very good question. I like his black and white outfit. But then, you know, I also liked Austin's black and gold. That's pretty smooth too. So if we had with outfits, I think I'd have to go with the black and gold. So maybe I'd be Jason, who was Austin. But yeah, you know what I'm talking about. I don't know, one of them. Because I really like those outfits.
I don't really know. Am I allowed to say that I wouldn't want to be anyone else? Like I liked my character.
You're allowed.
Yeah, she was sweet and intuitive. Like talk to the animals. That's cool.
When I say hey, you say ho, hey, ho, hey, ho, hey, hey.
No.
It got really quiet, guys.
I got thrown out with the door.
Hey, hey! Hey, hey, hey! All right.
Hi, I'm Mike here, and I have a question for you, Jason. I heard a rumor going around at one point that there might have been a Time Force movie, but I think due to writer's strike, go ahead.
I've heard that a bunch over the years, and even Dan Southworth had told me that they had talked about, and I never heard this to be true or real, that they flirted with keeping us another season, they flirted with the movie, but no one ever told me that. I just kind of heard it secondhand, so I don't know anything else. I wish they would have. It would have been a lot of fun, but no, not that I was actually where it was actually close to being written, you know. Great questions. Yeah, they did. They took the storylines. You know, like I said, they got very deep with a lot of things, and there was a lot of character development and a lot of plot points throughout the year that they were, they're setting up and paying off later. So it was a lot of fun with what they did, and unfortunately they didn't do that. I do know that there was a lot of conflict between the when I say conflict, I mean discussion between the writers and the producers on whether or not at the end Jen stays or goes. I guess there was a big decision on what direction that went. It could have went the other way. The writers wanted her to stay because they argued that the whole season was set up that you could choose your own destiny, and at the end she could choose to stay, and the producers wanted her to go, and ultimately that's what they did. Yeah, so it almost ended differently.
Okay, we've got time for just one more question then.
I got plenty of time. I don't know what.
As you said you like singing, would you ever sing or be in any of Stephen Skyler's videos?
Oh, sure. If you ask me, absolutely. Yeah. Sing now. I don't even see when you're asked to sing. It's like, what do you sing?
It's like, tell me a joke. You're like,
yeah, and then you can't think of it.
Do an impersonation.
Sister, you've been on my mind, oh, sister, we're two of a kind, so, sister, I'm keeping my eyes on you. And then you have to go like this. I bet you think I don't know nothing but singing my blues, oh, sister. Have I got news for you? I'm something. I hope you think that you're something too.
And I think, ladies and gentlemen, that's where we should end it, don't you? So put hands together one more time for Nakita, Jason, and Cerina. And stick around because we've got a game show coming up with the guests very, very shortly. We'll see you in a bit.
Time for